Hi and welcome. Dream is not that which you see while sleeping. It is something that does not let you sleep, said the late great Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. And this episode, Sky's the Limit. I'm Atika Farooqui. This is now showing a show that's been loved by you for close to 20 years. And we express gratitude with the promise that here are the highlights of this episode. ₹1 mein flight ticket. Akshay Kumar is giving you the wings to fly. We review Sarfira, that is based on an incredibly true story and remake of a South blockbuster. This week's film recommendation is Ken Loach's I, Daniel Blake, winner of the 2016 Palme d'Or Award, and it transcends its status as a film to become a powerful social commentary on the struggles of navigating bureaucratic systems. Why is Ritiesh Deshmukh raising a flag against a certain pill? The acclaimed actor talks about his debut web series Pill and why it's important to scream against all scams. And why Guttu Pandit is in the mood for Baghawat. Here is a tete-a-tete with Ali Fazal, Vijay Varma and more as Mirzapur 3 braces for Bhaukal. Let's begin the show with Sarfira. That is the Hindi remake of a Tamil film, Surarai Potru, that was inspired by events from the life of Captain G.R. Gopinath, founder of India's low-cost airline, Simplify Deccan, as described in his memoir, Simply Fly, a Deccan Odyssey. What if I tell you that a flight ticket will cost you just ₹1? Well, at times where airfares are touching the skies, this idea would be deemed as a gimmick. Hey, but this is a reality in the first decade of the millennium when one Captain G.R. Gopinath dreamed of making air travel affordable for every Indian citizen. Captain Gopinath and his biography Deccan Odyssey inspired filmmaker Sudha Kongara to make the acclaimed film Surarai Potru. 4 years later, Kongara has helmed its Hindi adaptation titled Sarfira, starring superstar Akshay Kumar and Radhika Madan. The topography naturally changes from Tamil Nadu to Maharashtra, with Kumar playing Veer Mahatre, a poor man from Jarandeshwar village. He has nothing save an idea of starting India's first low-cost airline. Sudha Kongara's writing and her staging of scenes are the sweet spots in this film. We know that she had directed the earlier one too, from the very first scene of a plane declaring Mayday to deep diving into the psyche of Veer, that is Akshay, and his resilience. The film has several emotional moments. The actor has made a solid comeback in a performance that is so rooted in reality. His emotional scenes when he breaks down in front of his mother, played by the brilliant Seema Biswas, is a reminder of how an actor must be an actor first and a star later. He tugs at your soul in these scenes. Directed by Sudha Kongara, a national award-winning filmmaker who is known for her exceptional storytelling and nuanced filmmaking, Akshay brought in his unparalleled energy and depth to a narrative that inspires the common man to dream big, chase your aspirations. Kongara brings her signature finesse and insight into this film, ensuring a cinematic experience that is both profound and entertaining. Sarfira, a promising film, is written by Sudha and Shalini Usha Devi with dialogues by Pooja Tolani. With Sudha Kongara at the helm, Sarfira naturally stays true to the core story. If one has watched the original, then it will be hard to distinguish the Hindi adaptation from the original. The two notable differences are the location where Veer Mahatre bumps into then President Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam and the welcome omission of certain misogynistic elements where in Surarai Potru, Nedumaran raises his hand on Bomi, that is Aparna Balamurali, with the wife telling her husband to save this masculinity for the day when he becomes a big man. If you haven't watched the original, then Sarfira will strike you as a breath of fresh air. On the flip side, the editing of Sarfira is a bit convenient, as the film could have easily been cut by 25 minutes or so, and the songs are almost a an avoidable distraction, as the film clearly had this one purpose and we should have stuck to that purpose. However, a special cameo towards the end makes up for the fatigue that starts to set in due to the long length of the film. Sarfira is a return to form for Akshay Kumar and definitely worth a watch for the real-life drama that it portrays. There are several emotional moments too, especially when Veer Jagannath Mhatre, that is Akshay Kumar, an Air Force pilot, was unable to reach his father when his father was on deathbed because he didn't have the money to fly. He kept pleading with the people at the airport for money, but nobody helped, saying that only people with money can fly. This was the watershed moment in the film and this story. With support from the Indian Air Force, the retired pilots and his wife, Veer Jagannath Mhatre, that is Akshay, worked hard to fulfill his dream of making an airline where a Safai Wala, that is a cleaning person, could also travel by air. From the makers of Airlift, Baby, Oh My God 2, Toilet, Kahani, Sarfira is an incredible story set in the world of startups and aviation. The film is all set to inspire the common man to dream big and to chase their dreams even if the world calls them crazy. Not just Akshay Kumar or Radhika Madan, Paresh Rawal, Seema Biswas, in fact all the actors including Anil Charanjit have done a brilliant job in this one. And Akshay Kumar is very endearing and impressive in this one, with this being certainly one of the finest films of his career, at least in the past 1 year. In all, if you haven't watched the Surarai Potru, the original, it will be quite a delightful watch, as this is something you may not have seen before. And here is my weekend recommendation for you. Now listen, Ken Loach's I, Daniel Blake, winner of the 2016 Palme d'Or, transcends its status as a film to become a powerful social commentary on the struggles of navigating bureaucratic systems. At its heart, Daniel Blake, a middle-aged carpenter recovering from a heart attack whose journey through the welfare state's labyrinth bureaucracy becomes a harrowing testament to resilience and human dignity. At its heart, I, Daniel Blake, tells the story of Daniel, a skilled carpenter who, after suffering a heart attack, seeks assistance from the welfare system to support himself and regain his health. What begins as a straightforward bureaucratic process quickly spirals into a soul-crushing ordeal as Daniel confronts the impersonal and often absurd demands of the system. His determination to navigate this maze with dignity becomes a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity. Alongside Daniel is Katie, a single mother grappling with similar challenges, forming a bond that illuminates the shared struggles of those marginalized by societal structures. Their intertwined narratives unfold with a rare authenticity, shedding light on the profound impact of systemic indifference on individuals striving to maintain their dignity amidst hardship. Loach's direction masterfully balances narrative progression with societal critique, highlighting the systemic injustices faced by Daniel and others in similar circumstances. Each interaction Daniel has with welfare officials and job centers exposes the bureaucratic maze's absurdity, emphasizing compliance over compassion. The film's minimalist approach and naturalistic performances by Johns and Hayley Squires, who plays Katie, a single mother navigating similar challenges, amplify its authenticity. I, Daniel Blake, serves as a compelling critique of austerity policies and their impact on vulnerable communities. By portraying Daniel's struggle against a system increasingly indifferent to human suffering, the film prompts viewers to confront the ethical implications of prioritizing economic efficiency over compassion. Daniel's friendship with Katie underscores the importance of solidarity in adversity, highlighting the resilience that emerges from human connections amid economic precarity. Robbie Ryan's cinematography captures the bleakness of urban landscapes and the quiet desperation etched on the characters' faces, while the restrained use of music enhances the film's realism. Beyond its technical merits, I, Daniel Blake, sparks essential conversations about social justice and human dignity. It challenges audiences to reconsider their perceptions of poverty and welfare, urging action and empathy. I strongly urge you make time for this one over your weekend. The highly anticipated human drama series Pill, starring Ritiesh Deshmukh, has premiered on Jio Cinema Premium and promises to delve into the inner workings of the pharmaceutical industry. Now, we all have seen COVID, and I would love to know the business behind medicines. In conversation with Ritiesh Deshmukh, producer Ronnie Skriwala and director Rajkumar Gupta.
Ritiesh, in your trailer, the promo, there is this beautiful line and it says, "Sannate mein marne se acha hai shor machaya jaye." I know that the treatment is very modern, but I was reminded of the 80s Sham Benegal, जहाँ पे एक चीख है. There is a चीख by a common man, जो ये कह रहा है कि मैं मरेगा नहीं, मैं लड़ेगा. And I'm looking forward to see कि कितने शिद्दत से आपने किसी भी issue को उठाया है. Describe one scene that you actually want your viewers, you want to tell them कि ये scene देखना आप.
Every day was challenging for me because it was something new that I was doing. It was a new world.
Very new.
I was playing a character that I had not played before on screen, but he was someone that is deep within all of us, right? The person that wants to fight against something really big, but many a times we just let it go and we say, no, let's go on.
Yeah.
But there are some times when you say, no, it's enough. We need to stand up. You know, there's a time that comes, and I think that is something that really hooked me onto it. If you ask me which is that one thing that it's the climax of this series, where it all sums up together, and it was extremely emotional for me because it became too personal, and you know, the relationship that he has with his wife, with his child, the relationship that he has with a senior mentor, that he really looks up to, and how that relationship you know, wavers as the series progresses. So this series is a lot about personal journey and journey of each relationship that if I have to look at to my character, progresses.
Yeah, but you do come from a political family, though you didn't take it as a profession. But you know, there is this one thing that does connect a son of a political family with the masses where he comes from. And जब आप उनके मुद्दे उठाते हैं तो और ज़्यादा करीब आ जाते हैं उनके. And we've seen actors who've risen to the post of chief minister just by being the voice of the masses.
You know, many times I wake up not thinking that I come from a political family.
Yeah.
At least today I didn't, but you remind me, I said, oh, okay, I do come from I mean...
Of course, he's one of the ex-chief minister.
No, I do.
Of
no, of course. I'm just saying that it is... And there are many things that, you know, when you talk about picking up issues of people, of course, it's most of the politicians or successful politicians have risen because they have taken up issues of the people and gone to greater heights. Yes, in that way, of course, there is a parallel to be drawn, but I didn't think of it that way.
So you're a man of quality, Raj. I want to know, is this movie, the idea, is it a true story? Is it a man actually who's been there, done that? Is it a biographical kind of a narrative? Where does this story come from?
This is, Pill is not, it's not any specific person or a specific story. It's not inspired from somebody in particular. There are a lot of times inspiration come in from things happening in and around you, which you feel, as I said in an earlier interview, I was saying that when I'm taking a pill, I want to know, even if I take as individual, we take so many pills for things that happen to us in a year. So when I'm taking that pill, I want to know either it's the right pill, whether what's inside it, what are the side effects, whether it's a good one or a bad one. So those are the questions that I have to myself. And because we live in a society, there are so many things that we read, there are so many things that we come across, facts which might be right, certain things which might need questioning. So all those things, keeping all those things in mind, and most importantly, a issue which is health at large, which is such a big issue.
Yes.
So that's something which inspired this story.
Mr. Ronnie Scrivala, 1981 is when you precisely started your journey, if the internet is right. या उसके एक दो साल आगे पीछे भी हो सकता है. I think unarguably you're the finest voice who can comment on entertainment, more than 45 years. You've had a commendable journey from Disney, UTV, your own foundation, Swades, Kabaddi, and then you came back into the world of entertainment with RSVP. When I talk to my friends in law, say law or governance, bureaucracy, politics, they tell me, कुछ अच्छा बताओ, क्या देखने? But the problem is we are inundated with content, and still if somebody has to ask, kuch acha batao, then we need to have an introspective discussion. First of all, according to you, what is a good entertainment content? How do you define it?
I think from a point of view, when everyone says, give me something more, it's an exciting phenomenon. The very fact that you have a conversation and people have had that expectancy means there's a lot in there. So I would say the fact that somebody's asking for more in itself is a phenomenal compliment for the entire storytelling and creative industry.
Yes.
Because when there's something at more, it's something, it's a restaurant, you want to go back again. It means
Right.
you obviously had a good first meal, otherwise you wouldn't be saying, give me more.
Right.
So I think it's a good testament that choice has actually widened so much that people now feel if I was consuming 5 hours, I now need 25 hours. So I'm a little bit more hooked onto that. So I think we're in a good place when anyone's asking for more.
And lastly, briefly, Ritiesh, you've been an actor for the longest time, but of late, you also became a director, you became a producer. I loved your films like Wade and Lebhari and Balak Palak. Now that you have been behind the camera as a director and also been a producer who manages all the finances and the production costs and all. Now when a man does all of these two things and comes back to the journey of acting, what is the difference of that? Just 2 to 3 personality changes on the set.
I feel that you're more appreciative of the other departments. You know, as an actor, you just come to your set, you get a green tea, you sit in a van, you get ready, you get your scene, you're briefed of what you're supposed to. You go on a set and you come back, and that's where it ends. But when you become a producer, then you really, it's almost, sorry, but it's a thankless job. You know, it's.
I apologize.
It's almost like, you know, the quintessential मैं बेटी का बाप हूँ, मेरी पगड़ी आपके चौखट पे, you know, all of those, you know,
You're right. बाराती खुश रहने चाहिए.
बाराती खुश रहने चाहिए, वो सब ठीक है. You know, that, so more than anything, I just feel that if there are any changes that has happened for me is probably I start looking at every department differently. Even as an actor today, I will, you know, try to imbibe more, learn. From the time I have become producer or director, I try to, you know, every production has their own systems, how they function,
Right.
and their efficiency.
Right.
Even as director and the assistants, how efficiently are they working together? And it's not easy.
It's not easy.
You know, filmmaking is not easy
Totally.
because there are so many departments, so many different ecosystems that have to come
Yes,
together.
yeah.
Because, you know, all the lightman is a different ecosystem,
Seriously.
cameraman is a different
Yeah.
ecosystem, direction different, production,
Yeah.
art. So all these ecosystems have to come together, and a producer has to actually sit and make sure that everyone is happy, and the director has to make sure that I'm getting what I need.
Yeah, right.
You know, the provider is the production, and the director is making sure that everything. So
Yeah.
it's very difficult, and it's magical. It's magical.
जैसे कहते हैं ना, शादी संजोग से होती है, तो वैसे अच्छी फिल्में भी संजोग से ही बनती हैं. बन गई तो बस बन गई. Great, guys, all the best for Phil, and thank you for making this.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wonderful chatting.
Thank you.
And we're heading into a small, tiny, mini break. But after the break, we have the huge cast of Mirzapur 3, Ali Fazal, Vijay Varma, and the leading ladies. Please do not go away. Welcome back to Now Showing. I'm Atika Farooqui. New season of Mirzapur has dropped already. While growing up, we were told कभी किसी की बेइज्जती मत करना. दुनिया की कई बड़ी जंगें सिर्फ बेइज्जती का बदला लेने के लिए लड़ी गई थीं. Mirzapur is a world which is always warring in itself with each other. तो क्या कालीन भैया तैयार है गुड्डू पंडित के कहर के लिए? Well, I speak to Guddu Bhaiya, that is Ali Fazal, Vijay Varma and the leading ladies of the new season. How exactly did you get into this role? I mean, now you've been doing it for so long, but still what are the challenges and what's the fun?
Well, the fun is that there's a wonderful bunch of people I get to work with. Challenges, actually exactly like you said. कि हमारे दिमाग में यही रहता है कि you want to go bigger and also within characters that have already worked, actors get very confident and overconfident and sort of somewhere you lose the track of the first seed that was sown. And I find it very hard to hold on to the innocence of that character. For me, that is वो character को पुख्ता रखता है, वो उसको एक जकड़े रहता है. फिर उसके ऊपर आप जो अब वो कहानियाँ तो बदलती रहती हैं. शोज़ में क्या होता है कि लोग किरदारों से जुड़ जाते हैं. मुझे लगता है शायद उन पे अगर ज़्यादा तवज्जो दी जाए एज एन एक्टर, हम उस पर और जोर दें, then something lands.
Every project is actually bigger and better than the last one. And पिछले सीरीज में मैंने जहाँ आपको देखा था सीजन में, you had a double role. और मैं कल ही एक्चुअली किसी को बता रही थी कि कितना डिफरेंस था दो भाइयों में. आप एक ही माँ के दो बच्चे जिसकी सेम शक्ल है, पर वो न जाने क्या बात है कि दोनों डायमेट्रिकली ऑपोजिट थे एक दूसरे से.
हाँ, वो जो डबल रोल का जब आया था ऑफर, ये मिर्ज़ापुर मेरे पास गली बॉय रिलीज हुई, अगले दिन मिर्ज़ापुर का ऑफर आ गया था. फर्स्ट सीजन बन चुका था, मैं सेकंड सीजन में मैंने एंट्री ली और मैं ऑलरेडी इन सब का बहुत दीवाना था, शो का भी दीवाना था और मैं मुझे काफ़ी मज़ा आया था. तो जब डबल रोल सुना तो मुझे लगा इसको कैसे करेंगे. फिर उसमें खाली एक ही एक्सरसाइज लगती है कि आपको पूरा सीन दोनों रूप में आपके दिमाग में पूरी तरह से सेट करना है. कहाँ पर कौन से टाइम पे पॉज लेना है, किस टाइम पे किसका लुक कहाँ जाएगा. ये बहुत बारीक नज़र से गुरु ने देखा था कि ये नहीं करेगा और ये नहीं करेगा, ये छोटे नहीं है, ये बड़े नहीं है. तो मैं कुछ ट्राई करता था, वो बोलता था ये रख लो, ये निकाल दो. तो वैसे करके हुआ है. तो मेरे लिए भी नया था, मुझे काफ़ी मज़ा आया. और मुझे नहीं पता था कि दो इतना डिस्टिंक्टली, मुझे लग रहा था कि एक ही कपड़े पहना दिए, एक ही जैसे बाल है, ना किसी की दाढ़ी है, ना कुछ डिफरेंस नहीं. मतलब वो क्लासिक एक मस्सा, कुछ तो कुछ तो एक खाना टीका, कुछ किसी का दांत टूटा हुआ, कुछ तो नहीं सेम.
प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि जहाँ पे भी लॉलेसनेस होगी वहाँ की औरत भी मर्द बन जाती है. दैट मस्ट बी क्वाइट एन इन डेप्थ यूनिवर्स फॉर यू टू गेट इनटू टू पोर्ट्रे दिस रोल, इजंट इट?
ट्रू. आई थिंक मुझे एज एन एक्टर हमेशा एक ब्रैकेट में होने से तकलीफ हुई है. सो विच इज़ व्हाई आई थिंक इवन व्हेन देयर आर रोल्स व्हिच आर नॉट डिफाइंड बाय gender, where you're looking at the human inside, where you're looking at investigating those emotions that this person is going through or has gone through, that for me is very exciting. So इसलिए जब season 1 में मैंने पढ़ा था and गोलू की एंट्री तो second episode से होती है. But when I had read it and all the characters, I wanted to know कि इनकी दुनिया में क्या हो रहा है irrespective of their gender. And when I read Golu, I found a very liberated woman who speaks her mind और किसी से डरती नहीं है. So those were the things. And then season 2 and now season 3.
पता नहीं क्यों I as a viewer always look forward to that probably one scene where Golu wants to see herself dressed as a woman. You know कि वो लड़की भी तो हो सकता है चाहती हो कि क्या हो गया, मेरी जिंदगी क्या हो गई.
There is something like that.
Is there
somewhere?
Also वही मुझे लगता है कि as a girl, short hair is also feminine. ये हमने जो वो कंडीशनिंग हमारी ये हो गई ना कि ये ऐसा होता है और वो वैसा होता है. तो आई फील नो एवरीथिंग, देयर सो मच फन इन बीइंग.
गोलू के और भरत त्यागी ब्रदर्स के बाल एक ही रहते हैं. लड़का कौन लड़की कौन अपना.
अभी हमने सारे डिस्कोर्सेस किए, बट यू नो ऐसे इफ यू आर अ पार्ट ऑफ द सेम वर्ल्ड मेनी टाइम्स ओवर, दो यू हैड जॉइन्ड इट लेटर, but what are the best compliments or some criticism that you got from the industry? You know, हर एक सफ़र होता है हर चीज़ का और सब लोग कुछ सीख के, कुछ लूज़ करके, कुछ विन करके यहाँ तक पहुँचते हैं. I want to know वो क्या चीज़ें हैं जो हमने शेड की
और वो क्या चीज़ें हैं जो हमने दूसरों के फीडबैक से लर्न की और फिर 3rd सीजन तक आए?
पहले तो मैं जिन लोगों के साथ बैठी हूँ जो सीज़न 1 में जब मैं आई थी तो मुझे बहुत डर लग रहा था क्योंकि आई थॉट बहुत इंटिमिडेटिंग माहौल होगा और अली को मैंने देखा है और ये श्वेता को मैंने देखा है फिल्म्स में और ये तो आई डोंट नो हाउ दे विल बी विद मी बट आई रिमेंबर मेरा फर्स्ट डे ऑफ शूट एंड अली अपनी वैन से मतलब सेट पे आए लाइक ये डिम्पी एंड ही हग्ड मी एंड आई फेल्ट लाइक ओह दिस इज नाइस ही फील्स लाइक ही ऑलरेडी नोज मी तो वो आई थिंक वो करते करते दे ऑल गेव मी सो मच कॉन्फिडेंस कि आई एम स्टिल लर्निंग.
चाशनी में ज़्यादा चीनी डाल दो तो बात गड़बड़ हो जाती है. एंड इन इंडिया व्हेनेवर यू कम अप विद अ सीक्वल या एक ही फिल्म की या सीरीज का सीक्वल कहानी आगे बढ़ाते हैं तो उनको लगता है बेटर एंड बिगर एंड समटाइम्स दैट डजंट वर्क.
So I hope they've gone better and bigger for sure. Like I said, I have always been a fan of Mirzapur myself, and like this is my first foray into, being a part of the team.
Right.
And it was fantastic, and I just feel like you just can't go wrong with any of these guys.
And we have come to the end of this episode. Keep your face always toward the sunshine and shadows will fall behind you. That's a motivational quote that I'm very, very inspired by. And you should always remember this too. With this beautiful word, I say goodbye. Till we meet again, take care.